yeah, you done the same thing to content over everything. Wasn't pouring out his heart. Yeah. He wasn't crying and telling us how he feels and what he's going through. He was literally just ending up the show. And you done the same thing to content over everything. And he had to tell you about 3-4 times, and you continue to run it. So stop acting as if, oh, this is some one-off thing. This is what you do on a regular. But Saracen, come through, cuz.
Yeah, so I'm not coming in the face some antagonism. I can give you some development, and maybe you come to a realization yourself, Raj. Yeah, these are questions. I want you to think about it and give me your honest answer.
All right, so Saracen, I'm asking you nicely. Yeah, you're not on my good book still. Yeah, so
that's what I mean. You can't even let Saracen speak.
I don't need to be in your good books. I just want to ask you a few questions. Yeah, you say yourself, yeah, right, that you're a narcissist. You've said it many times. Am I right or wrong on that? Hello?
Yeah, go on.
I think you're a narcissist, Saracen.
I don't know.
You're a narcissist, Raj.
No, but no, what I'm saying is Raj just said I'm a narcissist.
Yeah, no, but I'm diagnosing you as well. You have narcissistic personality traits as well. I'm just more honest about it.
Okay, but you've said it. I don't think I do something.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that maybe look within yourself, and then maybe you might be able to deal with your own shortcomings.
Look, I'm asking you a few questions, yeah? Right, now,
I'm not here to be interrogated by you, Saracen. You're not my freaking therapist.
No, fine, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but I'm just telling you my observations, yeah?
I don't care about your observations.
You make it about you.
Well, if a man's asking for me, where's Raj?
Hey, man, have you realised that Raj always resorts to this type of behaviour when he's chatting shit?
Well, this is it. Well, the thing is, if you're self-confident in you think, everyone else is wrong, that's fine, no problem. But then defend yourself. I'm not being rude to you, Raj. I'm talking to you as a genuine person. You yourself has said that I'm a narcissist, and many times. Sometimes you make it into a joke. Then you dominate every single panel, and it becomes about the Raj show, yeah? Right? You walk around.
I agree.
Yourself the Rajnator. You look for attention. You bring Sikhism when you want to bring it into it. When you don't. Sometimes with your Tommy Robinson, you got that big thing on your face. You antagonize Muslims. You were with Tan when Tan was popular. Then you wasn't with Tan, right? I'm sorry, bro. Like, there has to be a time in your life you got to kind of think. You need to have some principles. And
all right, do you want me to respond, or is this going to go on forever? Because I need to respond.
No, please respond. Please.
All right, so it's very hard.
What the fuck am I doing here?
Are you going to allow me to speak here? So coming from you is a joke. You're the guy that dissed your own Quran, your prophet, in this fake video. You're the guy that told me, to not put Muhammad Taweed's video up. It told me to publicly tell everybody not to put the video up. But in reality, he was phoning me, telling me to put the video up. Yeah, you're a fake, Saracen. Everyone knows you're a snake. And this is why I can't take you seriously, give me advice. Because you are one of the worst snakes I've ever met in my life. Because you pretend to be like some honest, genuine guy. But everyone knows that advice is sincere. Hold on, 1 minute.
No, hold on. I'm going to cut you off like you cut everyone off. I'm not going to let you finish.
When it comes with yourself, when it comes with yourself,
what he just said was insincere.
And the thing about yourself, I can't take advice from a man that flip-flops, and one of the biggest backstabbing snakes I've ever met. Like, I could take it from somebody else. And you have to look at yourself as well. Before you give me advice, look within yourself first, before you start, before you start to try and judge me, I can't take your opinion.
Why can't you take your own advice then, Raj?
Everybody knows, that when it comes to you, man, you would chuck your dean under the bus, you would chuck your mates under the bus, you do anything, for your narcissistic behavior.
Sounds like Raj, still.
So if you want to call me a narcissist, cool. But you're the biggest narcissist I've met.
Bro, you're literally describing yourself, Raj.
Wait, is that Rafidi?
You're describing yourself.
Is that Rafidi?
Nah, you're describing yourself.
You sound like Rafidi, man. You're lucky you're not Rafidi.
Why am I lucky I'm not Rafidi? Who's Rafidi, bro?
Oh, right. You sound exactly like. Big up to Rafidi Commander, though. So, but if it's not.
Oh, wait. Have you realised that you're describing yourself?
Yeah, but the thing is, I can admit I'm like that. There's other people in the world, that think they're holier than now. that can
come
think
on,
they can,
you talk
that
about
they think
grooming
they can
gangs.
advise me on how to be
No,
righteous.
I'm
When
not.
you
I'm asking you a
yourself here
question.
is one of the biggest snakes
You're
here, and
deflecting.
you
You're
touch your being
deflecting.
under the bus here more
You're
than a 50
deflecting.
Khawarij.
You're
So don't tell me
You're
that you're
deflecting.
some
You're
righteous Muslim.
deflecting.
You're mad.
Was your cousin actually ever groomed, Raj? Were you actually ever depressed? Was it just a way to get paid?
Oh yeah, now you're going to my car. Maybe your Pakistani community up north here needs to stop raping girls here. Maybe you need to stop raping girls.
Maybe let's
in
talk about him
Pakistan,
instead of
and
answering the
maybe
question.
I might talk to you. Your community is a mess up north, man. You're up there raping girls on mass here, and you're telling me
No one
whether
chatting
my
about up
cousin.
north. He asked you a different
Don't tell
question.
me about it, you bullshit.
I'm
Shut
asking you a
up.
question.
No. I'm not asking you a question. Until your community here starts realizing that you're in a mess.
Because
And up north here, you have a rape epidemic here of white girls here and Sikh girls. I'm not taking you
But that's
seriously.
not even the subject. That's not even what we're talking about, bro.
Well, he brought up my cousin who was groomed, so he's gonna mop that. I'm gonna mop your community.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I don't answer to you. If you don't believe it by now, nothing I can do or say
Raj.
will actually make you believe it.
Raj, I think it'll be more effective if you answer him and then say that.
He doesn't
Oh,
answer.
shut up, you goddamn pussy dog. Who are you?
Well, he's not gonna answer you, is he?
No. Let me say, I'm defensive when I know a guy is a fake. Don't tell me about being
You're the
righteous
fake
and all
blood.
that.
You
I'm
are
not
the
a
fake.
blood. Your blood, ding ding. Shut up. Yeah, so you're telling me
You are the fake here.
oh, blood, ding ding. Shut up, man.
I
So
said blood, ding ding. Bro,
let me tell you
fake you
something. It's a bit like the Lotcham coming up to me and saying, Raj, you should be like this here. When I know the guy here is out of his head, drinking all the time and all that kind of. I know when you come up to me to give me advice here, like you're trying to be the big man, Saracen. Don't think I'm going to listen to you. I know about you guys. I know.
I tell you,
bro, forget Saracen. Your Sikh brother individual told you what your clothes means, fam.
on the floor.
You're trying to get brownie points here. You're trying to get brownie because everyone knows you're a snake, Saracen, and no one takes you seriously.
I don't need.
Yo.
For me, their opinions don't. Like, for me, opinions don't really count. Like, I know what I am, right? And you might, like you say, you're playing. Everyone else is playing chess. You're playing. Well, Connect 4. You're playing chess, bro. I'm playing chess better than you. So you have got no idea what's going on, my friend. But
bro, Raj
I'm
don't know how
asking
to
you a
play
few
chess.
questions. Nah, right. Raj thinks he knows, bro. But look, the guy's triggered when I'm asking a few questions. Rather than just explain, he doesn't want it. He gets defensive. That's usually a sign of someone that's not self-assured. Has he gone?
Yo, Raj, can I ask you, why you wear these clothes that represent something when you know you don't represent that? Yeah, I think he does.
He does. Man.
Yeah, that Darko does that line, then the pussy hole lines, then
Alright,
put me in a back chat.
Alright,
you know what?
Come.
Yo.
No one
Yo.
Are you a G still?
I'm gonna mute everyone 2 secs, yeah. Just 2 secs, yeah. Like, this is my show, innit? And if I'm hearing 4 voices on my show, and Saracen is speaking, and Raj is constantly cutting Saracen, I'm going to kick Raj out. Because it seems like that's the only way that we can actually have a conversation where everyone's voices are heard. Yeah? Raj knows that the times when he's been on the show and he hasn't done that foolishness, he doesn't get kicked out, innit? But Saracen is going to make his point. He's not going to try and divert from his point. Like, oh, you do this, you do that. You love to do that. You love to say, oh, Bad Man does this, Mr. Singh does that. You love to talk about everyone else and just don't deal with yourself. Yeah? So, yeah. If you carry on cutting people, then you're going to carry on going in the back chat and coming back. Or you can duck out. You know where it is, Raj. It's not even a problem. You know what I'm saying? So don't try and come on my show and mess up my show. You can do that on Manny Cinders. You can do that on Raw. You can do that anywhere else. You get me? Same way Leon had to stick it on you earlier. I might have to play that back because that was fucking funny.
Bro, it's funny how someone don't want
make
to
sure you
talk
don't
about
cut
himself
me
so
though.
bad
Would
that wants to
you
talk about
let
himself.
talk here and let me do. If you don't cut me, I won't cut you. But you keep on cutting me as well. It works 2 ways. I was cut as well. So say your piece and I'll say mine.
Yeah, but you're cutting everyone.
Well, say your piece then.
Yeah. So what I was simply doing, I was just echoing what Raspect had said earlier, that everything that you say, you make it about yourself, yeah? And it's not, if it was just me that had noticed it, forget what I've done, forget, I could be the worst guy, snake, whatever, all of that, whatever you want to call me, whatever, yeah? It doesn't bother me. I know it clearly bothers you. For me, it doesn't really bother me, right? I don't need people's opinions to validate myself. I know what I am. I know what I'm doing. And I'm a few steps ahead of a lot of people. But yeah, in terms of what Rasvik was saying, what we're seeing a pattern. So in regards to your pattern, you call yourself a narcissist. You come in with the grooming gang narrative. And then off the back of that, you got attention from the English Defence League to the extent that you got used by Tommy Robinson for posters. As soon as that finished, suddenly they don't want to know you anymore. You jumped on that for a bit. You started your live streams. You used the situation with me and Mohammed Tawheed to get hits. And that's probably the most hits you actually ever got on your videos. And then you kind of ran off that for about 6 months. I stayed quiet. I haven't said anything about that, right? When the time comes, we'll get to that one day anyway. Yeah. After that, you came with the grooming gangs. Then you talked about depression. Let's make a show about depression. Let's make a show about depression. You hog every single panel. You disrespect Respect and anyone else that doesn't agree with you. Pakistani specs, this, you got issues with Pakistanis clearly, right? Even though I think you're intelligent enough to know we're not all the same, but clearly you've got racial and racist tendencies. You try to bring Sikhs into it, you disrespect your own religion, and then you try to get Sikhs involved to try to defend you because you're a loner. That's the reality. You're looking for respect. You're trying to make this more than it actually is. People may like you. I get so much respect when I go Birmingham. Oh, I go up everywhere. You should come with me. Of course, people like your drawings. There's no doubt you're an incredible artist. But people don't like you. You are a narcissist. Now, all I really did now was question whether you actually had a cousin that was groomed, whether you actually went through depression. So all you have to do is, yes, I did, and yes, I have been through depression. No one knows. The other day, I think you were on your show showing pictures of yourself.
How long is this going to go on for, dude, man? Come on, you have to address the point.
Well, I don't usually come on many panels.
Make it short and succinct. No, make it short and succinct, yeah. You've gone for 3 minutes now, so let me respond.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have interrupted me. Now,
well, you can cut it off from this, and now you can address me on the other parts in a minute. Yeah. Let me respond to the bits. Let me respond to the bits that you've already said.
How about you let him finish? Then
no. Because the thing is that if you're going on for like 5 minutes, yeah, how am I going to remember what the man said?
All right, let him respond, and obviously make your response time short as well, Raj.
All right,
keep to the point.
No, I'm not dictated by you. Yeah. So the thing is about certain individuals, and this isn't just in Saracen, but it's just people in general, which is why I don't get on with a lot of people. Most people are fake. I mean, they come with a pretense of being righteous, or they come with a pretense of being somebody that are fair, and they come with a pretense of saying, "Oh, we don't want the limelight, we don't want this." But in reality, they're exactly the same as me in most respects. But the difference is that I'm very honest about the way I do things and say things. Now, when it comes to certain individuals, like definitely I'm going to name the names, like Saracen and yourself, I cannot take you seriously because the last time, it's only like, I think it was only around a month ago, 2 months ago, I resolved things with you, and I was falling out with you for ages. So we're on like slippery ground anywhere or thing. And so for you to come over and firstly another week to try and make me stop kind of like, asking Adnan Rashid questions and XYZ because you're saying he's a great star and all that kind of stuff. That was a little bit, I'll say, over the barrier already. I was like, all right, I don't want to talk to you. You cornered me and I had to talk to you. Now today, once again, Raspek's been calling for me to come on a panel. I jump on. When I jump on, and I'm asking a couple of questions about what's going on the screen, about the Sikh Quran being disrespected, I was trying to point out, you have people like Mr. Singh, Real One, who constantly say that I'm so you're constantly just saying to me that I'm disrespecting Sikhism and stuff like that, and why don't you defend XYZ? But in this panel, Mr. Singh and Real One has had the most amount of abuse towards their faith from people on this chat, and in the thing they don't say nothing. The only people they gun for is me, so I will call them out. Now, when it comes to you, Saracen, everybody, all right. So 1 minute, I'm nearly finished. So the
I
main thing,
said that was
let
wrong.
me finish. The main thing about yourself is this, yeah. Your everything you're saying about me applies to you. If you, the day you can realize that, I might take you seriously. At the moment, I just see you as somebody that doesn't understand you're a giant prick, and everyone hates you like the way you hate me.
You can call me whatever you.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're the same. We're very similar like that. Have you realized how much hate you get from people, and I get so much hate? Why do you think?
Mate,
you're not? It doesn't mean you're doing something good, Saracen.
Here's the thing: you're online 24/7. I'm online. I'm premium. Yeah, you're the like you get free things that posted through your laptop. You're one of those, bro. I'm something that doesn't come very often. So when I come along, people listen. So that's the difference. That's the first difference between us. Number two, I don't come online. I haven't been on YouTube.
Can you just say what you do? That's something that I say. Very narcissistic thing that you just said. I'm going to pull you up.
Oh no, I'm not telling. I'm telling you, anything that I've done, I've always smashed in terms of whatever job I've been in. And this isn't narcissism. This is facts. Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to be on YouTube, bro, I'd get much more hits than you. I'd have much more bigger subscribers than you. I choose not to go down that road, and therefore I let people manipulate what people say about me. It doesn't bother me, bro. The hate comments, the good comments, it has for you. It affects you. It doesn't affect you.
I hope you don't mind I cut you off, but I think you shouldn't even answer him if he's not willing to answer you, bro.
Well, he's not gonna answer, man. But
what did I not answer? And what you just said
what did he ask that you answered?
What did you answer? That's the better question.
Well, I pretty much went through.
Now wait, first ask him what did he ask. So let's see if he knows what the question is, and let's see what his answer was to it.
Well, firstly, he put around 50 points across, so it's hard to answer questions when you've had like a 5-minute tirade. Now, the end of the day,
did you answer anything?
Well, you'll have to decipher that yourself and listen back and see whether I did.
Oh my day. Look, Saracen, I wanted to add on to what you first said in your 3 minutes that he cut you off on, yeah? That you said that the guy doesn't want to... Look, the thing is, yeah, you don't want to talk about yourself unless it is actually something that has got to do with you. When it ain't got to do with you, you want to make it about you. But when it's got to do with you, you want to make it about everyone else, bro. Do you see that, Raj?
Who are you?
I'm me. It doesn't matter who I am.
But give me a bit more about your background, because I don't know who you are, what you're talking about. I don't know whether I should take your opinion.
I'm just some guy who's speaking some objective facts. If you want to disagree or agree,
what's your religious background and racial background, by any chance?
I have no religious and racial background.
So what? You're just some blob.
I'm a blob.
Yeah,
you
like
want to say
nothing. So what are you then?
If you see it like that, you can see it however you like, innit?
Just stick.
All right, so how old are you then? Let me find you how old you are.
Bro, this is about you right now. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is all about you, Raj. This is your dream come true, fam.
Yeah, it's my dream come true. I've been dreaming about it. So if you give me a little bit about yourself, so I understand whether I'm talking to a 5-year-old, a 12-year-old kid, or a grown-ass man. Yeah, it doesn't matter who I am.
It's not about me no more. It's about you.
I want to take your opinion seriously because I know nothing about you. So don't worry about you talking, because I don't want to listen to you. What you are is irrelevant to me until you give me a bit more information about yourself. Who are you?
I'm some guy called Dave.
At least give me the basic...
How does that help you?
At least give me the basic premise. Are you coming from a particular mindset? Are you Muslim? Are you white? Are you black? Are you Asian? Are you Pakistani?
I'm coming from this perspective, yeah? I'm seeing you chatting shit, and I'm calling you out on it. That's it. Doesn't matter where I'm from or who I am.
I'm not going to take any of your opinions seriously. I'm not going to address you.
It's not an opinion.
Until you give me a bit more information about yourself, yeah? Like
it is no longer opinion.
Well, I'm not going to take anything you...
Okay. So day one, big up yourself, by the way, yeah? He doesn't have to address you because he can't. Yeah, he doesn't have to address you because he can't address you, you know what I'm saying? So what he has to do now is divert to you and divert from everything else, because what you said is not real.
Bro, that's exactly what I said. I literally said something, he literally just proved it as soon as I said it.
Yeah, 100%.
You did it, 100%.
It doesn't matter because it just looks stupid on him, because it just shows that he actually can't answer the questions, or that you're making him look stupid. So let him just do his thing.
No, like I said, I'm not going to talk to some condescending little cunt
You find it condescending because the fact is against
you. So don't worry. Let me talk to Saracen.
Fine, you know what? Wait,
I'm going to ignore you, and we're not going to even. I'm not going to acknowledge you.
You know what? I'm going to answer your question.
So Saracen, what do you want to say?
What do you want me to know my name?
What do you want to say, Saracen? Then what's up?
I'm going to let you guys. It's rude for me to interrupt, so I'll let them.
No, say what you're saying, bro. Say what you're saying, bro. Just say what you're saying. If you don't respond, say what you're saying, Day One.
Bro, what I'm saying is, listen, man's telling you, ask me what you need to ask me, and then answer my question, innit? What do you want to know? My name,
So, Limes, then, I don't know what you wanted me on there before, because you was kind of crying for me. Where's Raj? Where's Raj? So,
we just gave you your situation, you're still not liking it.
Let's address what you wanted to talk about.
It's an open platform. If you can't deal with this guy because he's dropping too much truth, you know what you can do in it. Like, if he's dropping too much truth, you can just talk about
What guy?
Day one. If you're dropping too much.
What do you mean, what guy?
There's no day, I don't know. There's no one here, Day One. Who's Day One? Are you talking about Day Zero? You're talking about Day Zero?
If I was you, I wouldn't answer me, but I'd divert to everything as well.
Yeah, so let's talk to Saracen. Let's have a Saracen the snake, who all your Muslim brothers hate. Because even though you don't come onto the panels, you're still hated more.
I don't think you understand. This isn't the pigeon show, so you don't dictate around here. So if they want to speak, he's going to be allowed to speak. It's not the pigeon show, so you got it all twisted. You're not going to choose who speaks, when they speak, or anything like that around here. Day one, you can make your points, and just make the point. Don't even ask him questions. Just make points about what you analyze of Raj. And because he's too scared to answer you. You get me? Because your questions are too hard hitting. I would be scared too if I was him as well. So,
bro, I like to there's certain things. There's an observation and there's a fact. There's an observation and there's a judgment, innit? Like when you deal with observations, a man has to stick to the observations. It's no longer a judgment, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when everyone can observe the same thing, then everyone can make their own judgments about this observation.
100%.
So if my man cannot deal with the observations and give us his judgment on these observations that everyone's observed, then bro, what's he trying to do, fam? I'd really like to ask him, but I don't think he will be able to answer. That's my judgment. I don't think he'll be able to handle. He can't handle the truth, black.
Yeah, he gets defensive.
Yeah.
That's what you can't handle the truth.
All right, so Limes then, that's what you're begging for me to come on.
No shadow.
So, Ali, I'm gonna bun you out hard, man. You little pussy, that. You want me to put the fire on you? I'll freaking will wreck you, boy. Shut your mouth.
But no one cares about your ego.
You think little Ali, you can start trolling me? You crazy?
If it's not about him, he doesn't want to.
Dude, man, Ali, I thought you were funny at times, but I'm gonna freaking rinse you, man. I'll tell you straight now. You're gonna regret the day you freaking think you can start trolling me, little pussy. Shut your mouth. So, Saracen.
Yo, Ali will rip you up, Raj. I more time I get fucking annoyed by Ali, but he'll rip you a new one, just like Banana Man done to Afghan's arsehole.
So Saracen, like I said, for me, I cannot take you seriously because I know you're fake. So anything you say to me, I just don't want to listen to, unless we're having just a general chit chat. So
because he seems to be jealous of me, bro. So I want to know how jealous you are. Like,
all right, let me explain how jealous I am.
I'm about the same age as you, but I'm better looking. Alhamdulillah, got family, kids, good life, job. I don't eat baked beans all day. I'm educated.
Mashallah, mashallah.
All right, so yeah, I agree, that all right, so I agree. Let me say something. All right, so let me say something. I agree. You're better looking than me.
Sometimes I feel like
you got a job. You got a better job than me. You got kids, and you've got a lot of things. You do have a lot of things going for you, but you have one thing that I don't. You have one thing that you can never buy.
My basement can't be above it.
You have no. Is it?
I need to justify myself. You know me, innit? And I've got a good step on the line. That's it. When the time's right, things will be revealed. But yeah,
you chuck your Muslim brothers under the bus 24/7. So you have no izzat. You can't buy izzat with honor. You cannot buy it. Your definition of a Pakistani, a snake. That's what I state. I can't trust Pakistanis because of people like you. When I meet people like you, it reinforces my opinion that most of you guys cannot be trusted. So Saracen, you're a snake, man. Yeah, you're a snake. I can't believe it. Even the situation, yeah, with Mohammed Dick Tawhid, yeah. When it comes to Dick Tawhid, yeah, I hate that guy, yeah. But I have to say, Dick Tawhid, yeah, got played hard by Saracen, yeah. Saracen, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do, yeah, Saracen? Because of this, I'm gonna actually release all the text here that you sent me. Let's release all the texts you sent me, chucking your Muslim brothers under the bus.
He had a show.
Yeah?
I said, cool, put me on the show. He didn't put me on the show.
Yeah,
You want me to? All right, so you want me to start releasing all the texts that you was chucking your Muslim brother Tawhid under the bus, but to me and public saying don't put the video out, but begging me to put it out and laughing. You even supported Tan. Remember?
Sometimes I feel sorry for him though. You know?
What's happening here?
So you're gonna actually address what?
Well, the thing is, I don't. So the thing is, we just self-sabotage.
How do you unlock Raj on GTA, fam?
So with Saracen, I don't need your pity, man. Saracen, you know what the problem with you is that you are the most pompous cunt I've ever met.
You know what the problem with you is, Raj? You look at other brand problems instead of looking at your own problems.
This is why, when you come over to me at Speaker's Corner and you made me talk here, I was like talking to Shaitan. Like, that's why I tried walking away from you. I was like, dude, I don't want to speak to you, man. You're like speaking to a djinn on steroids, man. Like, there's something wrong with you, dude.
You think you're God, but the Shaitan made you do something.
Oh, shut your mouth. I got more izzat than your prophet, you little cunt. Ali, you want me to say that? I got more izzat than your prophet, Ali. Yeah?
I think you don't know what you're talking about.
You want me to go? You're talking about the gurus. You want me to go down that route and start saying, oh, more izzat than your prophet? You want to go down that route?
Raj,
you want to go down that route, Ali?
Raj, you can do that, Raj.
You want to go down that route, Ali? You want to go down that route? Because I'll do it.
His words don't affect
But he has no control over what you do.
All right, so the thing is, to respect, if you want to talk, yeah, for what the reason why you told me to come on for, rather than me having to jump on to defend Sikhs because you lot are mocking the Quran and the Khandans, then what did you want to speak about? Saracen, can I ask you a question, a serious question? Like, you wanna have a discourse about something serious?
Do you know what you doing the other day?
Do you want to have a discourse about how the ruling in Manchester, that there is a whole epidemic here of, I think from the 1990s, of Pakistani men raping little girls in Manchester, yeah, including thousands of Pakistani men that have not been convicted yet, that are going to start to be convicted. So are you going to address that your Pakistani brothers that you belong to up north are actually now going to be arrested en masse? And if you think that when it comes
extremism in your own religion, bro.
If you think when it comes to the arrest rate that it's all done and done, this is tip of the iceberg.
Some fucked up Muslims.
Just tip of the iceberg, yeah. It's not.
Right, you just wait.
All right, so families are doing it, brothers, uncles, workers, people that are working, families, doing it. This is not normal behavior, dude.
He's got more izzat than your gurus. He's got more knowledge than your gurus.
Yeah, I have more izzat than knowledge of your
gurus wanted to be like.
More izzat than knowledge of your prophet, Ali. What do you think about it?
And here's what I think he got in genuine with Adnan. Adnan,
if you're going to start saying stuff about the gurus, I'll say the same thing
back.
When
do you agree with that? And on theology.
Saracen. Adnan, Jesus, the woman in the park. A man with a face in the park.
Well, the thing is, you had your dragon, grabbed, by his wrist.
To bring up
remember when you're dragon, you're not dragon,
the guys, these guys have got an agenda against him, and I don't agree with calling everyone clearly what they're trying to do is malign his character.
You remember that when they grabbed you by the neck, and
terrorism, which isn't a small thing. That's a big thing, bro. And especially if you know what that means. And then you've got Raj has a lot of far right people who follow him. There's no doubt. After that Tommy Robinson appearance, for 5 minutes of fame, used as a token Sikh, he's gathered a lot of far right, very extreme followers. To then put Adnan in that target of a terrorist who would do terrible things to him, I think is bang out of order. And Steve is part of that as well. And that's why I came down that day, obviously, to shut that down. I go, you lot, whether you agree with Adnan or not, you lot are taking it too far, man. And stop that.
100%. Ali, run the pigeon all you want, but leave the gurus out of it. Leave the Kirpan out of it. Leave people's...
100.
Get me, everyone. Get me. Keep their religion out.
I'm sorry.
As a Muslim, don't disrespect. It's haram for us to disrespect other people's religion. It says in the Quran. If you disrespect others and they disrespect Allah, you're the one to blame, bro. And stuff.
Okay,
and it's not about our faith. It's not, about disrespecting other, be it Christianity, be it Judaism, be it Sikh, it's any religion. People, we have that tolerance and respect, and that's the way of our Prophet, peace be upon him. So, yeah, man.
I'm sorry,
anyone that's got offended, I at least apologize. I'm sorry as well. That's it, man. Hopefully, young brother.
And the Sikhs have told Raj that his behavior will make people think the guru, and he said he doesn't care. Yeah. So even when someone does do it to Raj, there's Sikhs that have told him that his behavior will make that happen. But it's up to us to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and even in respect of those Sikhs who have come down and checked Raj. And Raj, do you want to come down to the Gurdwara in Seven Kings? Because you know what, I was with some Sikhs today, and I think it'll be interesting if you come down to the Gurdwara, because their opinions of you down here are a bit different from what you've been telling us. So if you want to meet me down at the Gurdwara in Seven Kings, and we can play some clips to the people inside there, and we can see all this love that you get amongst the Gurdwara, because the Sikhs down here, they've got a different story. They've got a completely different story to the one that you tell, and the story is that you're going completely against the tenets of the religion. You're creating cultural disunity, and all goes on. I don't want to let everything out now. So I'm inviting you to come down to the Gurdwara, and both of us will go and speak to the people then, and we can really protect you. And everyone can see this love that you get amongst Sikhs. Can you come and show us that? All this love you get amongst Sikhs. Can you come and show us?
Are you going to let me at least talk rather than getting shook and put me in the back chat? So you think I'm going to go to a Gurdwara with you to do an expose on me so you can use the death of those 3 Sikhs as a way to get some clout? Are you crazy? You're nasty, man. Why would you go to a Gurdwara to ask questions about me?
No, I saw something today. Raj, I saw a Sikh today and he recognized me. And he said, respect, I love the way that you stuck it on Raj. Yeah. We can teach what he's doing. And he's going completely against the tenets. And I said, if I brought him down here, would you not be willing to have like a conversation and speak on behalf of the Gurdwara? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, bring him down. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll ask him, innit?
So you think I'm going to allow you to take me to the Gurdwara in order to get your little people that support you to do a hit job? Are you crazy? The way you should judge it is when I go Birmingham, and Mr. Singer said I can't go Birmingham because I'll get kicked out. And I was there for 2 days and I was getting pure love. When I go to Gravesend, I get pure love. When I go all over the place, even to Parliament and stuff like that, I get pure love. Even to my local Gurdwara and stuff, I get pure love. Until I'm not going to go with you for that, because I know what you're going to do is to try and do a manipulation piece of using the Gurdwara to attack me, which is disgraceful. It's like going
no. He's saying he's going to get the Gurdwara to chat to you. He's not going to chat to you.
It's like going to a church and trying to do a hit piece on somebody to use a church in order to do it. It's disgraceful behaviour. I would not even do. No, this is disgraceful behaviour. The point is, I've proven time and time again. Obviously, the Sikhs do not like me, but the ones that don't like me don't ever talk to me. They're either stripped or they don't want to come over. So until that starts happening,
the way this guy is talking, as if the tenets of the Gurdwara, everyone in the Gurdwara, go against everything you represent. That's what he's telling me. That's what he's
what was the name then? Because I know a lot of people in Seven Kings then. What's the name?
Well, you know the road Muslims.
What's the guy's name? Because I probably know him.
Yeah, I like come down and see. It'll be a surprise.
Don't even drop that, yeah.
Even in that, I've got relatives in the Seven Kings.
Don't even drop that, fam.
Come down and see. I'm just saying, they're saying that like I'm talking not just like couple six. They're saying the tenets of what the Gurdwara represents. You're going against.
All right. So if I'm in this area for 2 years going Speaker's Corner, and I go to the Gurdwara all over London, and so far I'm still going Speaker's Corner, what do you think that tells you?
Well, it tells me that Sikhs have come down from where they are to come and tell you exactly.
How many times?
1 minute, yeah, to tell you exactly what the Sikhs told me today, and you told those Sikhs on camera that you don't care. So we don't know how many Sikhs have actually said the same thing to you, and you said you don't care. I'm saying there's a whole Gurdwara of people, and from what I'm hearing, yeah, the majority of the Gurdwara would hold the same tenets that those Sikhs who came down and saw you hold. Yeah. The majority of, and this is why I'm telling people, you can't mock Sikhs and you can't mock the Gurus based upon Raj. Because what these men are saying, those Sikhs that came down, those are the Sikhs that are actually representing Sikhi, and you are not. So are you going to sit here and tell me that the Sikhs that came down and told you at that time are not representing Sikhi more than you? And that the guy who said that they're representing Sikhi are lying?
All right, so that's not the question. Are you going to go to a temple to ask people about me?
It's the question he's asking.
No, I need to know whether that's what's going to be happening, because that's going to take things very left.
The toilet.
Because what you're doing here is you're gonna
and then come back on the panel.
You're gonna be kind of like antagonizing me to a next level. If you think you can go roll up to my local temple in my area and say you're going to start talking about me and backbiting me in a temple, that's like going to a church and start talking shit about me.
Oh, my man's trying to help you.
Who's more Sikh? You want to Sikh to tell me to stop your fuckery?
No, we're talking about you trying to set up this thing where I'm going to go to a temple and you're going to have people talking to me and you're going to.
He just told you never got set up. The breast saw him, recognized him.
No. But you're trying to like make it out. That's something that you think you could do.
I was with about 5, 6 for about half an hour. Yeah, like they stopped me. I didn't stop them. They said, "What's your name?" I said, "Ras." They said, "Oh, you're the one that stuck it on Raj that time." I was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? And then we started having a conversation, and they was like, "Yeah, this guy, yeah, the only time that you really saw real Sikhs are the Sikhs that stuck it on you that time. And when they saw you say that you don't care what they're saying, that's when they realized that you don't really care about Sikhs like that." So I'm saying,
fair enough.
And what does that tell you, Raj?
Fair enough. I'm glad you talk about me. It's kind of interesting that you say I'm nobody, but everyone talks about me to other Sikhs. It's kind of weird.
No one said that. Just answer the question.
I've had people say to me they've gone round their Sikh mate's house and spoken to people's mothers about
it. I can't hear you. You out the toilet yet?
Hold on. So is my mic muffled or is it?
They're coming out slowly, mate.
All right, so can you hear me? Is my mic muffled still? Yeah, I might need to disconnect it. Yeah, so basically, Saracen, don't worry about that. You disown your prophet again and apostate again, yeah? And let's see what happens. And, diss your prophet and say he's a paedophile and stuff like you did last time.
Oh, so Saracen's thing's over. Raspek is telling you something. Why don't you reply to that?
Why are you diverting?
Yeah, remember when you said that your prophet is, not...
Forget what he said about prophet. I'm asking you a question.
I'm pretty surprised how people are so forgiving of Saracen. I'm
pretty surprised how you want to talk about yourself 24/7, except when it's about you.
You know what happened to him? You want to answer the question, what happened with you and Adnan Rashid?
Nah, no one cares.
All right, so, yeah, as you lot saw, yeah, the Sikhs told me very clearly, and I'm sure we could do a test and go around to different Sikhs at different Gurdwaras, or even just where different Sikhs congregate, and we can play the video of the Sikhs sticking it on Raj, and we can ask Sikhs who is the real representation of Sikhism right now. And I'll put £100 up that each Sikh is going to say that these Sikhs that are telling Raj to stop doing what he's doing are the real Sikhs, and they will also say that they're disgusted at the way he returned his Sikh brothers' plight to him. That if you continue to mock them and continue to do these things, they're going to mock our gurus. Raj said he does not care.
Yo, Ras, we don't even have to go that far. You just need to tell him, bring Sikhs who do say you're a real Sikh. Let's see that, innit? Has anyone seen that before?
No, the only person is Boops, and Boops said that he's mentally ill, so we have to leave him alone.
What would you say about that, Rosh?
Did Boops say that? Because I'm gonna phone him tomorrow.
Yeah, Boops said that you've got.
Tell me what he said. So
I tell you exactly what Boops said. Yeah. Cause I was like, yo, this guy is causing bare problems, Books. Like it's like literally impossible for any because he's wearing a turban, he's doing a disservice. And Books said that you've got issues basically, like in communicating with people. You know what I'm saying? But he was talking like I can't like it wasn't like trying to put you down. He was more trying to explain to me that you've got issues basically, innit? You know what I'm saying? In communication and that. But he wasn't explaining to me anything that he didn't say to you on camera. So he actually said this to you on camera. And a lot of the times he had to tell you, shut up, pigeon. And you had to shut up on camera. And I can get out the video now if you don't believe me. So Boops has explained this to you on camera, what he explained to me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got issues. You know that anyway.
Like he said I was.
Well, it seems like your guy's trying to cover your back.
Hold on. He said I'm mentally ill.
Answer my question and I'll answer.
No, clarify yourself to the people.
Yeah. No, answer his question first.
I'll bring Brooks on here to clarify. Because if he's about me and thinking shit, but we're mentally ill, that's interesting.
Listen, Brooks is coming on here. But once you answer my question, I'll answer yours.
Fair.
What was your question about whether I'm a real Sikh compared to the other guys?
If we go to a Sikh and we show you and them, the Sikhs that was correcting you on behalf of the gurus, on behalf of Sikhs, yeah, who are Sikhs is going to say is behaving more like Sikhs? Who is Sikhs going to vouch for, you or the other ones?
All right, so you have good Sikhs who are telling me how to behave. Obviously, the good Sikhs who are baptized are going to be the real Sikhs compared to me. I've never denied that. But what I'm saying to you is that whenever I ever said anything ever, I've always said I'm not a baptized Sikh and not a good representation of Sikhs. Now, what you're trying to do here, is to make out as the Books here, who tells me off all the time. When I'm on the phone, he tells me off all the time. But you're now making a claim that he said I'm mentally unstable. And he's never said that to me. So I need to find out why you said that and what your motive for it was. Yeah?
You said
did I say I'm mentally unstable?
Well, if you had mental health issues, that means
I'm mentally unstable.
Boops is shocked after Mr. Singh sent him the latest videos. Raj fooled Boops into thinking he was an angel.
So do you truly think, do you know how many videos I've sent Boops about what I've said and what I've done? And the amount of time he tells me off on the phone. So the thing is, what's so interesting is that one Sikh, has managed to rattle the whole Sunni Muslim Ummah, all the Pakistanis, all the Bengalis, all the Somalis, even all the people are talking about me when they're walking.
No. You're talking about one Sikh thing in the whole Muslim Ummah. Every single girl Sikh, every single baptized Sikh,
exactly.
What you're doing, and the reason why they're against what you're doing is because how it will negatively impact Sikh people. But you're just like the ISIS done. It's the same thing. They like to attack other people. Yeah, they like to attack other people. No, but 1 minute. They with these ISIS funds, they like to attack other people, and then when the things they're doing actually affects other Muslims, they don't give a damn. And Raj is exactly the same as them, But the baptized Sikhs, have showed him straight, to his face, in your face. Pigeon, that you, are doing things that is going to affect Sikhs badly, and you looked at the baptized Sikhs in their face and said you don't care. You told them that you don't care. So it's very clear that if you come down to Seven Kings, the reason why you don't want to come down is because you know that is going to be the most embarrassing video ever to be made about the Raj, yeah, about the pigeon, yeah, and that's why you don't want to come down. But the invite's there, and the Sikhs today, I took their number, you know what I'm saying, and they said anytime you're willing to come down, you can come down, and we can have a conversation, and we can
Respect will protect you.
You know what I'm saying?
Will you protect him though? Will you protect him, please?
And there's some real roadman Sikhs down here that will tell him to stop. You get me? They won't even ask him. You get me?
No, but respect. If he's
Alright, so
with you, man, you gotta protect him, innit?
Can I just say two things here? Go on.
Go on.
I just wanna. I want to make a prediction, yeah, and I also want to ask Raj a question, yeah. My prediction is if you ask these Sikhs, they'll tell you that Respect is more Sikh than Raj, innit? And my question to Raj is, why do you wear something that represents something that you don't represent?
So, Respect, do you think you would ever be allowed to step in the temple with me? I'd go with the temple with you. Are you smoking something? The way you're talking is like you're asking me to go to a holy place in order so you can score points. That's not why I go temple. The temple is
so you can learn, bro.
So the thing about you, bring your little Sikh poodles from Seven Kings to Speaker's Corner instead. Give me their number. Give me their number, let me talk to them. And I probably know them if I'm being honest with you. So just give me their number. You've got my email address. I'll phone them. We'll arrange for them to come to Speaker's Corner. And I want people to understand that for some reason the power of one Sikh is so overwhelming that it's unbelievable that how butthurt the whole Sunni Muslims are.
It's the power of chatting so much shit.
All of you guys are shook about.
Yo, you keep on making about Muslims. It's Sikhs that are angry with you, yeah? And it's not about you. Like Raj just said, he would rather go to Speaker's Corner than a Gurdwara. Yeah, this is how Sikh he is. Yeah, he's like he doesn't really care about the gurus because he cares more about Tommy Robinson, than the guru. From his actions, he cares more about Tommy Robinson, Abiy Yemeni, and Steve the Racist, than he cares about the gurus. Yeah, he's talking about why should I go to the Gurdwara with you? So you can learn and so I can learn. Yeah, but you don't want to hear from your Sikh brothers because once they start quoting scriptures, you are going to be seen as a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? And these lies that you're telling that everyone loves you and everywhere you go you're cool, like that that's not the case, innit? Yeah, even though some people might be silent because they're in a good water and they're not trying to create animosity, there's a lot of Sikhs out there, not Muslims, Sikhs, that are literally disgusted by your behavior. And yes, a lot of them do have a problem with, grooming issues and so along, you get me? But the way that you are biased and you go about it with Tommy Robinson and the hypocrisy is what they've got a problem with. And the fact that it's not sincere. You use it as a political agenda. You use the harms coming to different women, just like what Tommy Robinson did. He said his cousin got groomed, but all that happened with his cousin is she fell in love with a Muslim guy. And he called that stupid. Just like the Bangladeshi guy that Mohin Singh said was dark like a tava, and he couldn't understand why the girl went with someone that was so dark. So he didn't groom her, she just fell in love with him, and they was confused as to why this woman would fall in love with a guy that was dark like Respect. So this ain't a thing about Muslims, this is about Sikhs.
Respect, can I ask you a question after?
Yeah, go on.
All right, let me ask you a beat and say, if you did hypothetically go to that Gurdwara with Raj, hypothetically speaking, who do you think they'll chuck out?
Yeah, they're chucking out the pigeons still.
I don't think they're chucking out Respect still.
Yeah, exactly it. Who do you think is more likely to be beaten up?
Let's ask Raj these questions.
All right, so once again you put me in the back because I'm too much of an issue for you guys. Now, let me say something, Respect. If you said to me, Raj, let's go to the Gurdwara and I want you to have a fruitful discussion with some of your Sikh brothers, I'll be like, oh, I'd even consider it. But when you're saying that they're going to stick it on you, when you go down there, they're going to do this, do you think I'm going to go for your little bullshit propaganda? Now, the point with you guys, yeah, especially Saracen, you should boot out your mosque, man. I'm surprised, yeah, they haven't blacklisted you. You're a disgrace. You've cussed at your prophet, your Quran. You stabbed all your Muslim brothers in the back. I mean, if I was you, yeah, I would freaking apostate 100%. Grow back your foreskin.
It's not about me, Raj. It's about you today. It's not about me, Raj.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even about him.
The thing is, remember when you got dragged around the park by your neck by Adnan Rashid?
No, the thing is, remember when we were chatting about...
Remember Adnan Rashid's goons got dragged you by your head around Speaker's Corner? Can I talk about me getting dragged around by good brother? Because you've been dragged around Speaker's Corner by your neck, pussy, yo.
No.
You're right. Do you remember when we were talking about you until we started talking about you?
Remember when you come to me crying at night saying, oh, they grabbed me by my neck here, my neck's hurting.
No.
Those Muslims, they grabbed me by the neck here. So the thing is, yeah, you're supporting Adnan Rashid. He's
no one's
dragged you like a dog.
I don't wear 10 feet on the camera.
Yeah, put a lead on you and literally barred your bond.
You're clearly triggered.
Now what you're doing,
you're clearly triggered.
You're
Saracen, if I may, yeah.
Even though...
Raj, did you answer the question then?
He's jealous of me.
I run you around Speaker's Corner because you're a dog. You're a good guy.
Okay, but did you answer the question?
You live in the fan. You live in the
fan. Don't worry. So why did they grab you by the neck and drag you around Speaker's Corner?
Saracen, don't even entertain that, man.
They grab you by the neck and drag you around Speaker's Corner.
Saracen, don't entertain his diversion.
Why did Adnan Rashid, your boys, grab you by the neck and drag you around Speaker's Corner that night?
Why is it that you're not answering the questions right?
You're talking about me getting dragged about. You've actually really been dragged about. You're talking about me getting dragged about. You've actually really been dragged about by Muslims. They grabbed you by your scrawny neck there, like a little you are, and they run you around Speaker's Corner. And that night you was crying. Remember that night when you was crying? And you said, oh,
right, you honestly, remember? I would come to you.
Remember?
Okay.
Remember when they grabbed you by the face? Yeah, took you around Speaker's Corner like a dog.
Show us the footage.
You remember when they took you around like a dog? Remember that guy with the white shirt on? He grabbed you by the neck here, and your neck was raw red. Remember?
I've got everything on camera. You told me.
Yeah, so guys, remember when you was talking to
I've got everything on camera.
And then you come over to me and your neck was red. Your neck was red, and I said to you, "What's up?" You were shook. You were really crying, and you said, "Yeah, they dragged me around the park like a dog." Yeah, and I said, "What do you mean?"
Saracen saying he got receipts. Have you got receipts?
Yeah, and I said, "Dude, go home. Yeah, you can find out. I'm gonna go home for a minute." Yeah.
The guy's trying to divert.
Right, because otherwise Saracen respond. Go on, Saracen, respond.
Okay, first of all, mute the pigeon for a second, yeah? Alright. The pigeon is obviously making stuff up because he doesn't want to answer the question. He's embarrassed because I simply asked, if you went to the Gurdwara, hypothetically speaking, who's likely is going to be beaten up? You obviously know the answer to that, and especially if he hasn't got his 10p toy camera on, that he walks around everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I don't wear 10p toy cameras. I walk around Speaker's Corner when I want, how I want. I know I walk around all around England how I want, where I want. Yeah, he's obviously makes something up in his fantasy world with the Raj nature. The guy thinks he's, who wears black, bro? Who wears cameras and things like that, and then protects, calls everyone, put DDR, right? Take the camera off and talk to people, isn't it? Be a man, right? And let's have discussions like man to man. Why don't you do that? All he does, right? He tries to divert. He tries to bring hatred and try to get people on his side. So we got some Muslims, obviously, they don't know me. They obviously, some of them are low IQ anyway, and they don't like me. But I don't need their liking. Their validation is not important for me, unlike for Raj. Yeah, and he tries to get those to back him and stuff, and he tries to cause division. But it's cool. That's not an issue. So he doesn't want to answer the question. We have had roast pigeon tonight. It's been absolutely beautiful today. It's been lovely. I can smell the roast pigeon today. Sorry.
Yeah, but here's the thing, I'm pretty sure you can get Muslims, that can say you're more Muslims than most of these brothers in the park, innit? Like, can we really get a Sikh to say the same about Raj?
No.
I don't think so.
But
I doubt it.
They do not like him in Nottingham, bro. I'll go down Nottingham City, so I get stopped all the time. Yeah, bro, what's happening? Well, I haven't had hatred anywhere, well, unlike him, I don't need to wear cameras. Like, people see me openly. Yeah, I get love. I've had Sikhs come up to me and go, just to let you know that Raj doesn't represent us. The amount of Sikhs, I mean, I go to Gurdwaras up here anyway, and community work and shit like that, you know what I mean? But I've had so many Sikhs that guy does not represent us. Now, what he needs to understand is people might like his art, but they don't like his opinion. And the problem with Raj is, and this is what the point of this discussion was at the start, and I think he missed the point, until you respect, until you think about what people are saying, and it might be valid, it might not be valid, but you don't even want to entertain the thoughts, you're not going to grow as a person. So everything that I could, if he tells me something, fine. If there's something that he said, I might need to reflect on something. If it was someone like Raspet, he tells me, yeah, maybe I'll think about it, you know what I mean? But this guy just diverts and makes it about the other person or throws personal insults. That's a weak person. That's someone that's got a weak personality, you understand? I don't need to make ad hominem. I'm asking him factual questions just as you are, my friend. He doesn't want to answer them. When you got factual questions, fine, I've had a bit of a laugh and a joke and I've rinsed him a bit now and then. But he's never, ever beaten me in a conversation. I'm too smart for him, bro. Do you know what I mean? I can do something.
I don't think I've ever heard him answer a question directly.
He doesn't answer. And then when they're stuck, he's nervous around me. So Raj gets so nervous, they make...
So the reason why I'm not... All right, you're going to let me speak. So the reason I don't want to answer Saracen's question is because this is a guy that is saying that I'll be dragged around my temple by the neck when you've already been dragged around Speaker's Corner by Muslim brothers. They grabbed you by the neck. All right, so you said I'll be dragged out the temple, but you've been dragged around by your neck around Speaker's Corner like a dog.
I said that, though.
Okay, let's talk about an incident. All right, let me finish. I allowed you to talk. Okay. So the reason why I want to take your opinion or any advice from you is because you're exactly the definition of an unrighteous person, someone who's a liar, someone who's a flip-flopper, someone who's would literally chuck his deen under the bus, he would chuck his Muslim brothers under the bus, he would do anything for his own ego. And you've shown it time and time again that you've done that. You've even cussed your own prophet out on a video and cussed the Quran.
I've never cussed my prophet.
Let me finish.
No,
let me finish. You can answer in a second. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. Let me finish. Wait. Let me finish.
No, I'm not going to let him misrepresent because he's misrepresenting. There's a lot of people.
Let him finish his lies here. The reason why everyone knows he's a liar. For example, he said the reason why he's not going to take you and all these other people's advice is because of these other reasons. But we got a video with Sikhs giving him advice, and he said basically, fuck you to them. These were baptized Sikhs, and he didn't take their advice, and he said he doesn't care. So when he tries to pretend that he's not taking your advice for them reasons, no, when baptized Sikhs came down, you didn't take their advices because Tommy Robinson was more important to you than the gurus. Yeah? So let him spill all these lies out and then
No, 1 second respect though, but this bit is important because I don't usually come on panels, right? I don't come on a lot of shows. I don't really do YouTube that much on my own, so a lot of people have a chance to misrepresent me. I need to get this point clear, yeah? I did a video, right? And Shamsi's aware of this, and Shamsi knows the score as well, right? I did a video when I first started YouTube, right? And I wanted to see the Islamophobia industry. So all I did, I looked at Wiki Islam. I took the first 10 points on there that are the biggest critiques of Islam, yeah? I covered my face. I did a video. I filmed myself making the video. And I said, I had 0 Twitter followers, 0 Facebook followers, I had 0 everything. Within 4 days, that video had 19,000 hits. I'd got over nearly 1,000 followers on YouTube. I got asked to join atheist groups, Christian groups. I got asked if I wanted money to publish my story. I got invited to Jihad Watch, which is a big kind of a campaign within America they got hold of it. They were inviting me. I had some of the biggest Islamophobes retweet that video. Why? Because I said I'm an ex-extremist who's asking questions about the Prophet. At no point, you can watch the video back, did I ever formally disrespect? I asked questions. Why did our Prophet marry a 9-year-old? I never ever said I apostate. That point is, I have to make that clear, because there's people who don't like me, who have agendas, and we're talking about Muslims, unfortunately, now, right? Because I call them out on, they don't like Sufi Muslims, or because I'm not a Salafi Muslim, or I question Wahhabism. What they do, they try to make a video, and Hussein was guilty of this, right? They've got a video, they've cut and chopped bits up, and they said, oh, are you really even a Muslim? Or you're an ex-Muslim, this, that, the other. Knowing full well that was an experiment, right? And I made Toba for it. And straight after I made Toba, and I showed how big you can get straight after that. But obviously, low IQ Muslims don't want to do that.
You done a video to basically expose the Islamophobia industry, basically.
Bro, and I filmed it. It was on my channel. I actually put the video on there as well. And I showed people the Toba video as well. And that was maybe 3 years ago, right? Now, what Raj has jumped onto is just what he's trying to do is obviously show Discord, etc. Trying to say I've never cussed my Prophet or anything. Now, the only reason I did that experiment, I didn't think it was going to be that big, but it shows just by questioning Islam, 0 Twitter followers, I got hundreds, 1,000 YouTube subscribers within 4 days. Money offered, secret Facebook groups, and I filmed it as well. I filmed the whole kind of experiment throughout. In my own heart, I felt bad because this was getting out of hand. You know what I mean? So when I told them, no, this was just a big experiment. Look how big I can get. Oh, the amount of hate I got from obviously those people who have an Islamophobic agenda. They all like, oh yeah, this, that, Turkiya, Muslims, Turkiya, this, all of that. No problem. Then when I said to Muslims, it's us that are bringing this narrative that Muslims killed 800 Jews. It's in our books, this, that, you know. Oh no, now you're not really a Muslim. Do you know what I mean? And so the moment so I've got 2 people who attack me. First group is obviously the Islamophobes and those who have got the agenda. Then I've got those people who I don't agree with their position within the Muslim community, who call you an ex-Muslim or a Shia or a Sufi or whatever have you. These guys are generally low IQ and just follow the masses. You know what I mean? And so then obviously people are pissed off as well.
Cool.
All right. So I'm not allowed to speak because this guy's gone on for ages. And don't disturb me from now on. Yeah. Don't disturb me from now on. Yeah. Shut your mouth and don't talk. Now, when it comes to this Saracen, when it comes to this Saracen, yeah, you can see right now he's now trying to make this story into something it's not. Where is all the footage and all the emails of these guys then turning against you? If I had all that information, Saracen, I would have done the mother load of documentaries to expose the Islamophobia industry. That's why we can't trust you, because where is all this information? Because if you did have it, you would have done your Muslim community one of their biggest favors. Instead, what you've done, is either you've hidden it because you hidden it, or secondly, you're lying. Which one is it? You can answer that later.
Okay.
Now,
you've asked me a question.
I'm not asking you. It's rhetorical. Now, when it comes to this other situation about, you're saying that if I go to my temple, that I'll get kicked out over harassment and all that. Okay, whatever. Now, the point I'm trying to make with you, Saracen, is that you have, by your own admission to me and to other people that I've heard you, that when you was in Speaker's Corner one night around a year ago, you was with Adnan Rashid, and there's a video of these Birmingham guys grabbing you by the neck like a dog, and then running you around Speaker's Corner off camera. You and I admit you let me finish.
No, that's not true.
Look, this guy would not allow me to. You need to be fair, respect. So then, what happens later? I see you later on, and your neck is red raw. Your eyes are all kind of swollen, like you've been crying like a bitch. You come over to me and I say, what's going on? You show these guys run me around the park like a good guy, like a dog. Yeah, you didn't literally say like that, but that's what I took it as. And I told you to go home because it's not safe for you. So the thing about you, I can't take you seriously because your own Muslim brothers know you chucked your deen under the bus. They know your story about you doing this experiment is wrong and it's a lie. What you was doing is what you normally do, which is try and go onto using your narcissistic behavior to make yourself feel like you're somebody you're not or something bigger than you are. If you truly had the footage, you truly had the emails, you truly had all the evidence that the Islamophobia industry actually turned against you because you then became a Muslim again, then bring the information out and do the documentary. Now, when it comes to Dick Pic Taweed, once again, you stabbed me in the back on that one.
It still works.
1 minute. You spoke for ages. Let me
Well, Saracen, do that. Do it quickly. Do it a point, but do it quickly and let him come back.
Yeah, but no. But so the first point about what do you say about speakers calling, making or dragging me around? No one fucking. One guy pulled the back of my what do you call it? When I was speaking to Adnan Rashid, one guy pulled it. The video's on the fucking footage. There's no one dragged me around fucking speakers corner, bro. Trust me. Like, it's on there, bro. You can watch it on Casual Islam channel. He's making that shit up just because he's the pussy that gets pissed around by great dealer every fucking week, and he runs around like a pussy. I stand my ground. I don't go around with 100 cameras. I go into my J's, bro. And if he knows, obviously, who my family are, it takes 1 or 2 phone calls, or that fucking place would be shut down, right? So then, those who know. But I don't bring other people in to solve my problem. I don't need my Sikh brothers. Point 1. Number 2, I never left Islam. So how could I? Why do I need to come back to it when I never left it? I have put the footage up on my channel before. Those who have seen it have seen it. Now, as a result, my parents, they told me to take all of that down, and my wife asked me to take it down. That's why you don't see videos on my channel. There's only a few basic ones that I'm not really in. You understand? Now, if I wanted to, I could upload all of that, and I will one day, right? But at this stage in my life, I don't really go on YouTube. For 3 years, I haven't been active, and I've still got 600 subscribers, right? But when I do become active, I won't do a 1-2,000. I'll go for big boy things. You understand? Right? But yeah, go on. Next point.
All right. So we've seen that Saracen is more concerned about his own ego than to release the information that could help his community widely.
1 minute. He's not talking about ego. Unfortunately, Raj, you know, when he's talking about his wife and his parents, he's basically talking about your extremist far-right friends, you know, the ones like Tommy, you know, inspired to drive into a mosque and kill Muslims. He's probably talking about backlash from them, so it's got nothing to do with ego from what he said. He said his wife and his parents, so that's probably because of, you know, not wanting to be knocked over outside the mosque or something. I don't know.
All right, so I see you chucked me in the back check when I was mid-sentence. With yourself, if you truly cared for your Muslim community, you're ready, your head... Right, so let me finish. You're already, you've already managed to get yourself in the shit with the video. So the best thing for you would have been to kind of like cover your own back and actually to help your community in the same motion would have been to show people that when you turned to an apostate, everyone from the far right and the Islamophobes joined you, and then when you went back, they turned against you. That would have been an amazing way to actually show how the Islamophobia industry works, according to you. Unfortunately, because you're lying, because I know you're lying, you have no evidence, there's nothing there, and so what you've done, you backtracked and made up a story that was never true. I believe you apostated and you hated your faith and you chat shit about your prophet, the Quran and everything like that, and then you got shook when people found out it was you because you was masked up on there and you didn't realize how dumb you are that people could figure out it was you. Now, when it comes to the Dick Pic Taweed situation, once again, you showed your nature. When you was there that day, you disclosed that he's was showing pictures to women, and I disagree with that. But what you did behind the scenes, and I released the text to any Muslim brothers that want it. In fact, I'll give it to Sheikh One and Mad Dunya. In the text that I still have, You texted me telling me to put the video out, even though I was thinking about not putting it out because of a dick pic Kari's mum being ill. So I was feeling sympathetic for him. When I was having that sympathy, you phoned me and told me, put the video out, but tell everybody that I told you not to, so I don't get the heat. So I actually covered your back, wrote a thingy and said in my video that you told me not to do it. And then what you did, you started laughing about it. You said that Tan this, you were supporting Tan and all of this kind of bullshit. Well, I will give you, next time I see Sheikh Wanya, I'm going to give him the text of you and your treachery and your nasty, goddamn, snakish, cuntish behavior for everyone to see.
Well, unfortunately, Raj can't be trusted. This is my biggest problem. And this is because he's a liar, a pathological liar. I'm going to play something to show you why I can't really take anything Raj says. I don't know anything that...
if I can prove it from his phone... And he...
1 minute. Anything he does today, yeah, is true manipulation or trying to score a point. So even if there is some truth, he's only using it as a point now to get Muslims on against Saracen. That's the only using
exactly.
Muslims that have already got a problem with Saracen. 1 minute. Muslims that have already got a problem with Saracen on site. Now, if Muslims already got a problem with Saracen, they can take that up with Saracen on a separate note. But what I don't think people should allow the pigeon to do, as he said with Grandmaster, and he manipulating him, is allow Raj to manipulate them into some form of response. Because the fact of the matter is, this is Raj talking about me just the other day, and this is what he had to say.
But certain people might do get payments. But
yeah, I think the fact that I think
just familiar with the people. At this channel because he said that from the very start. He was like, big up.
Who's on the panel? Big up.
Is it unlimited repentance though? Because I don't want to waste my cursed Pakistani spec.
Just got to be on the path of right.
Yeah, but how many times can I curse Pakistani spec?
You can't.
Oh, but you said I can do it and then repent.
He's a righteous brother. So
but if I repent though, then it's okay, isn't it? So if I say
you have to
Pakistani spec
straight away after though.
Oh, okay, so Pakistani spec sold for PayPal. And the Pakistani and Sunni Muslims, I repent. Is it forgiven?
You're on the path of righteousness.
Okay. Thank you so much. I actually feel a lot better.
So there, yeah, he's on a panel, yeah, to hundreds of people, telling them that Pakistani specs sold his soul for PayPal. Now this is a clear lie, because as Raj knows, me and Badma stuck it on the pigeon way before PayPal, way before Super Chat. I was sticking it on Raj. Way before Super Chat, I was having respectful conversations with Chamsi and Mohammed Hijab. There's never been a time, there's no video at Speaker's Corner where you can see Raspek doing one thing and then coming online and changing True PayPal. But he's on a channel spreading this to people that don't know me as if this is the truth. And this is why I'm saying that nothing that comes out of Raj's mouth can be accepted. Because today is Saracen, tomorrow will be Sheikh One. This is the funny thing. Yeah, today he will slander Saracen and tell Sheikh One, look, I've got something against Saracen. Tomorrow he's gonna slander Sheikh One. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's no point.
The guy's got time. The guy's in his basement. He's got a full-time job, bro.
There's no point. Everything he says as truth. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like right now he's telling Sheikh One he'll send him a text, but tomorrow he's gonna say Sheikh One's ISIS. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So
this is it.
The fact.
And the sad thing is, he'll get Muslims to do. He'll get some of the Muslims to do his dirty job for him.
He's very 100%, and that's why
remember. And then he goes around saying, "I'm playing. You lot are playing Connect 4, taking a piss out of you, basically. I'm playing. You lot are playing Connect 4. I'm playing chess. Right? This is what he's trying to do. Anyone that challenges him, be it me, Adnan, Rashid, anyone that's smart enough, who can take him out, but intellectually, and he can't deal with it, he character assassinates them. Bro. That's what he's doing now. He's trying to carry. I mean, everything that he said, nothing is new. Everything he said it numerous times on his channel, on I think it was Titan TV. He's had it out with me. In fact, nothing he said to anyone.
Am I wrong though?
He's gonna bring it up.
Am I wrong about you though?
Like for me, like.
But am I wrong about you, Saracen?
Yeah, you are wrong. You are wrong. When you say Pakistani specs sold out,
clearly.
a lie. It's a lie from the devil itself. But you still say it on a panel and act like it's truth. So after you said that, Rod, there's nothing else that comes out of your mouth that we can trust. Unless you're going to go around and back on panels and say, you know what, I've lied on Respect. Respect held this position on me way before PayPal, way before Super Chat. Unless you can go on panels and correct all of the different lies, that's just one lie you told. Then why should we believe anything you say about anyone?
All right, let me clarify something about what I said in that thing here. I did make a mistake here because I said you sold your soul. Yeah. Oh, look, can you even hear I'm speaking? Can you hear I'm speaking? That I'm speaking mid-sentence.
And that's what streaming things
mix
things up, don't they?
So are you? Oh well, shut up then. So the thing is, yeah, when it comes to Respect, yeah, I was wrong about what I said about you selling your soul, yeah, to the place. So you've actually sold it to Mr. Singh, who lives on the streets because he's funding you, yeah, through PayPal. So even the Sikh is
So there you go. So he continues lying. So put a 1 in the chat if you just heard Raj tell a straight lie about Respect, and that lie makes everything he says about anyone else weak. We can't take it. Because way before Mr. Singh, way before PayPal, I roasted Raj with a Sikh named Badmarsh. Yeah? So put a 1 in the chat if he's just told a disgusting lie, and that disgusting lie makes everything else he says about anyone else weak. Yeah? All right.
All right. So, Respect, when you're gonna bring those Sikhs, I'm not gonna go to the Gurdwara for your shenanigans, but I will do a speaker's corner if you get. If you bring those Sikh guys that. All right, they back me because they see you as worse than me because you actually ditched your prophet under the bus.
These are the same guys that hate you.
You're somebody that you have actually.
That if you didn't have a
because
they'll probably fucking stab you in the head.
Yeah, and the thing is, the reason they hate you more.
Up to them too much, bro.
The reason they hate you more. The reason they hate you more is because you pretend to love your prophet.
Because you said fuck Sikhs. The same thing about Saracen. We've never been saying fuck Muslims, but we've seen the little of you saying fuck Sikhs and I hate Sikhs. Yeah, we've never seen Saracen say he hates Muslims. And like man saying, there's no way.
I call out individuals.
Have you seen that video when he talks about his prophet, yeah, sleeping with Aisha? Have you seen that video? Have you seen that video when he's mocking his prophet as a so-called experiment?
Who's mocking my prophet?
Have you seen it? Respect? You was talking about Aisha, yeah, and Muhammad, and he's not a more. Yeah, so didn't you say that on that video that you said was a social experiment? Well, I'm gonna find the video. Someone send me the video then, yeah. Because you're talking about me saying FCs, yeah. I've never said nothing about my gurus though, like Saracen has. They said about his prophet.
Did I use any derogatory word like that?
When you said fuck Sikhs, you said you fuck the group and fuck the follow them.
Well, the thing is about Saracen, yeah. Look. The thing about you, yeah, you have to understand you're hated more than me in the Muslim community. Like, I can't believe there's somebody hated more than me by Sunni Muslims, and it's you.
No. But
you need to ask yourself why,
bro. I get bare love, bro. No, I'm not like that.
Yeah, but they hate you like the way that the Sikh
says you. The same guy who just chatted shit 2 seconds ago.
Who's that?
You're the one.
Who's that? Is that some Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, Mr. Nobody.
Begging to talk to his God.
Yo, even Amma yeah, Amma Tupe doesn't like Saracen, and probably most of the guys who don't like Saracen have all said they don't like Raj.
Raj.
They don't like Raj.
I don't need the validation.
Yeah, they hate Raj.
You're right. You're best bless up. Yeah, what do you call it? Raj, you have to be careful though, because like, you know, your rep is on the line. I ain't trying to come at you, but remember, even the things you said at me, you understand? So like, you have to just be. I ain't said nothing because I don't want to like bring it up, but like, since it's relevant now, like you just have to be careful with the way you know you're looking right now, because as I said, even me, like you've been saying, you know, obviously all that stuff I don't even want to repeat. You understand? So
lies, slander, and fabrication. That's all we know. He lies every day for breakfast.
And I'm a cool guy.
Which reminds me, I wanted to ask Raj, do you know for a fact what you just said about Raspek earlier? Or are you making speculation?
Zico, I want to keep it respectful with you because I thought I was wrong, David, and I admit I was wrong. But you did try and hug me though, and I'm not even lying to you, bro. And that's not something that I'm trying to diss you. I'm just don't like people touching me, and I promise you, this is not me being malicious. Like I said it out maliciousness the first time. This time it was just like I didn't lie about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did happen.
Right.
So I've got no issue with you though, Zico, man, and I apologize for being rude to you, but. In terms of that, yeah,
that whole thing of trying to like your emphasis and whatever. I'm not like for me. I'm not even gonna try and entertain it. Look, you know, you said whatever, cool. You understand? But I'm just saying, just remember your credibility is on the line. Just try and be as humble as you can, and you know, it's cool.
Yeah, look, Z, because I'm taking your advice here. I think you're a good guy, and the only reason I was so harsh with you. Well, can I just finish and speak to you? Because this is something I want to say to him. The only reason I was so harsh with you is not because I don't like you. It's just that I was a little bit shocked because when I met you at Speaker's Corner, we were cool, and then I started reading comments, and I heard you banning me out. And that was the only reason I was so heated with you. But you did. There was times where I felt that like I didn't really know you that well, and when someone comes over to you, like TNT Greeks does it to me, he comes over to me and tries hugging me, and I don't like it. So once you tried doing that to me, and I'm not saying it was anything weird or anything, I just thought a bit weird because I don't know you that well. So I apologize for saying it the way before it was wrong, and that's why I said to you that it was more malicious the way I said it.
All right, Raj. 3 o'clock. We're meant to lock off. Put a 1 up if you want to last 5 or 20 minutes. Looking to lock off before 4 o'clock, probably 3:30. Zico, from your memory, even though we know that there's some truth in what Raj said, did he exaggerate and fabricate what happened to make you look bad, or was he 100% honest about what happened? Zico.